fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live for the late night chat. I'll let YouTube do their job if they will. Okay. I know you guys have had problems with indeed getting notifications. I think I say to that, what a jip. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, you know, what's the use of having subs when you can't in fact, you know, notify anybody? So you guys come in, hit that like button. It activates algorithms. There you go. Algorithms, and that promotes it. Let's talk boxing. We had boxing this past weekend. We have a lot of people that are upcoming. A lot of people that were look to be overhyped. Arslanbek Markmadov lost his second fight, and Billy fought Sergey Deverenchenko, and that was a good fight as well. I seen both of those today. We're going to talk about that. Canelo, Turki Alalshikh is always doing what he does. We have people in the sport of boxing that, is going to shine or they're not. Because in this day and age, boxing has a savior. Boxing now has a new budget. It's not PBC. It's not really the zone. It's one particular person, and his name is Turki Alalshikh. See, it's a hell of a thing back in the day when fights didn't happen, because they didn't happen because, like, you guys remember the term, it has to make sense? Like, yeah, I'll fight him, but the fight has to make sense. What that means is the fight has to somehow sell to the capacity of the risk. You know what I mean? And Aaron Edson, exactly. We're going to talk about Turki and Canelo because, that guy has said, I give him what he wants. Get his ass in there with David Benavidez. See, that kind of guy like that can weed out duckers. See, Canelo saying, "Oh, I don't do business like that. I'm focused on Belanga." Bro, you can beat Belanga in your worst dreams. Let's just be real. Belanga is a one-dimensional fighter that has heavy hands. That's it. No special effects. He got a little Tyson in because he bites you, right? But other than that, that's pretty much it. He doesn't really have much skill. I mean, we've seen that when he fought Steve Rolls and got pissed because Steve Rolls was outboxing him. This guy, he don't want to run. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to fight. He just want to run around. Anybody that says that type of stuff can't fight. They expect these guys to come and just charge them. No, that's stupid. You're going to, you never follow a puncher around. And that's one thing Edgar is as a puncher. You know what I mean? But can he box? No, not really. He has a decent chin, I guess. But don't worry. Canelo's going to check the chin because he's going to be welling on him and hitting him all night long as that fight lasts. But Canelo's been doing that. The triple three, John Ryder, Jaime Munguia. You know what I mean? Look at the guys that he's fought. He's fought everybody that was flat-footed. And Edgar Belanga is no exception. Right? So Canelo knows what the hell he's doing. Fighting someone like Crawford is going to be a nightmare. Anybody like that. Lara, Mayweather. Trout had a little bit more of rush in and attack. He was a little bit overzealous at times. That's why he got caught. But he's a pretty decent fighter. Look what he did to Cotto when he was 19-0. Okay, so, that type of stuff happens. All right? So, let's begin the chat. Waiting for the chat to load. I really enjoyed you guys the other day, man, when I seen Romalas, And it's a trip. I guess the thumbnail was too graphic or whatever, and they limited the video. Dang, YouTube gets better and better. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the boxing matches of this weekend. Just wish I would have went live. The next fights that are coming up, We got Canelo Edgar Berlanga, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Um, Next month we have, of course, Anthony Joshua versus Dubois, and we're going to push a lot of that. Then we have Better Biev, then we have Bivol, then we have the rematch between Usyk and Tyson Fury. Anything else and everything else is really not standard, ain't set. You know, they're trying to get more fights on across the board. I would like to see Jarrell Miller fight again. Give him a fight. You know what I mean? Like put him in there with somebody like, hell, put him in there with Otto Island. Uh, who else could fit that bill? Skrilla 50 in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Uh, who would I like to see him fight? What about Frank Sanchez? Frank Sanchez versus Jarrell Miller. And really, I think Jarrell Miller versus Sanchez would be like a stylistic nightmare. I really do. I think that would be like, oh shit. Simply because Frank can box. And I would assume that Frank Sanchez can outbox Miller just like Dubois did. How about Dubois? Here's the problem about Dubois. I want to see Dubois fight more fighters. It's like always these fighters get this like warp and this opportunity to fight for this. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, it's so quick. It's almost like, okay, I understand it. Filip Hrgovic, Jarrell Miller, two undefeated fighters. I get it. But then, I love matchups. I miss the way the 90s used to be. Used to have fights like Dio Bayless or Tato versus Costa Zoo. Fights like that. That you really normally wouldn't see. You know, and people had multiple knockdowns, right? That fight happened. And then it's always the fights that you think they were going to be like something. Like, shout out to Johnny Tapia, Mi Vida Loca Tapia, out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's the guy on the thumbnail, by the way. Jarrell Miller versus Hrgovic because of the shit talk from Hrgovic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like that. I like that. Yes, sir. I like that. Because he did say, I remember he said that about Jarrell Miller. Like Jarrell Miller, I think he said he had no power or something like that. And see, Jarrell Miller, I'd like to see that type of fight. But I got to tell you guys something. No card excited me more than Days of Reckoning. Days of Reckoning was the card that got me the most interest in everything because everyone was there. It was like the Avengers of boxing. You know what I mean? Jarrell Miller versus Hrgovic. He said he was 500 pounds. Yeah, I remember that. He's like 500 pounds, man. And what does he do? He doesn't do shit, man. He's 500 pounds. Yeah, he's a big boy. And Jarrell Miller, man, he's just a big, massive. I want to see him against someone like Zhang. I want to see him against someone like that. I want to see him against like Zhang and Frank Sanchez. I really want Frank to fight someone like Jared Anderson. That's what I want to see. So, yeah, that would be a good matchup. But we don't even know. I haven't heard anything from Hrgovic. Has anybody heard anything from Hrgovic since? Wilder versus Bacali is the fight I want. Jose Chavez. You trying to kill Wilder, aren't you? You got a death wish for Wilder because he talked all that shit back in the day. You want to kill him, don't you? I mean, be honest. You want that man to go in there and fight Bacali, and look what Bacali did to that young buck. He's going to kill Wilder. Here's my problem. Why we keep wanting to throw Wilder in there with all these hard-ass fights? He needs a Hellenius fight. He didn't need that shit 2 years ago. Did you see the Olympic breakdance lady? I've been watching a little bit of that. I think most of those dances are absolutely absurd. I don't like them at all. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? You know? So Wilder needs to prove himself. Yeah, I understand that, but damn. Okay. We wasn't saying that shit. Was you saying it about Joshua last year? This man fought uh this man fought the cherry pick of Dillian White. Everybody, I gave Dillian White shit. I'm like, well, wait, why is he fighting Jermaine Franklin? He should have fought someone like Charles Martin. You know what I mean? And he called Charles Martin a clout chase. I'm like, dude, he used to be the former IBF champion. I don't care how he got it. He used to be a champion, you know? So like that arrogance gets me. Like if he's that whack, fight him. Show us all. You know what I mean? Easy money. Easy money. So, yeah. That's what I say. AJ keeps winning, Wilder keeps losing. Well, here's the thing. AJ fought Jermaine Franklin, then he fought Robert Helenius, then he fought Otto Wylien, then he fought Francis Ngannou. Okay, that's his itinerary from last year until now. Now he's fighting Dubois. Okay, let's be fair. If Wilder would have fought Jermaine Franklin, would he have won? Let's do a poll, okay? Let's see. Boom. Let's see. Who wins? All right, there we go. So, Middlebox J in the building. 5 a.m. in the UK, and it's time to go to work. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, forget you guys are like 6 freaking hours away. See, it's still the day before. See, it's only 11:28 here. Yo, y'all talking about boxing, KS. You know it. You know we're talking about boxing. Absolutely. But no, if you took Deontay Wilder against Franklin, then Deontay Wilder against who did Helenius? He already knocked out Helenius, right? And then Otto Wylien. You know what I mean? I see Wilder knocking out Wylien. He's a southpaw. You know, now I said that shit about Zhang, but Zhang and Otto Wylien are two totally different fighters. Let's just be real. New Zealand, I finished work on Tuesday. CP to all. Damn, your day is finished and it's the next day. Crazy how the world is so big. That's crazy. Noel Minchell, welcome back, brother. Welcome back. How many of you guys remember Cotter? Welcome back, Cotter. You know? Ooh, these votes are interesting. 50-50. Deontay Wilder, Jermaine Franklin. Deontay Wilder just took it. No, it went right back to 50. Now, yeah, let's get those votes in. Why not? Why not? Let's keep voting. But I don't know about Franklin. I mean, because see, here's the thing. If Franklin has a good beard, which I'm convinced that he has, I think he could have took that right hand at times. But see, Wilder's one of those guys. He keeps pecking away at you. Eventually, he's going to get you. I just think Zhang was just too big. Zhang just mauled him. And he just, it was before long. Wilder with that lack of defense, bro. That's what could happen. Definitely. Definitely. Keep voting. To that same old place that you laughed about. Like hell, we'll need you up. Well, we tease them a lot because we got them on the spot. Welcome back. Man, these heavyweights we got currently are old. Well, yeah. And it's crazy. Jarrell Miller, Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Dillian White. Who else? A lot of those guys are like mid-30s. Wilder is the definition of glass cannon. Man, do you guys know what Zhang did to Joe Joyce? I think that's unfair because you're so Wilder he's a glass cannon. Okay. Well, what did Zhang just do to two other guys? He dropped Joseph Parker twice, and he knocked out Joe Joyce. Was the guy with the granite thick extra skull? Because everybody was trying to find out how the hell is Joe the Juggernaut Joyce Triple J taking these big shots from people and keep coming and throwing and bombing, right? Everybody was saying that. The one that destroyed Wilder was Telly. Oh man, I feel sorry for him, man. My heart goes out to Wilder though. I hate heartbreak. I know what that shit's like. That is not look. When you get your heart broke by a chick, that hurts. So I understand him and Andy Ruiz. I got a video coming about Andy tomorrow about that. Wilder has bad technique. He always has. He wasn't allowed to learn, so that was his. That was that was his. Indeed, that was his downfall. He wasn't allowed to learn. Port City 3-1. I need some data. This guy, he railed on pure power. Yeah, he did. KS. Wilder did, and he believed in his power. Let's hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Let's get it done. Brownies. That flick, it was Crip. They had a whole rap song behind that. It was like, got a big ass booty, that's brownies. Got an Ocho Tona, that's brownies. I was like, what? Crazy. Man, stop acting like an analyst, little man. Okay. All right. That's what I am, sir. You don't like it. Just, there's all kind of channels that can support whoever for whatever reason, right? So, dang, what up, brother? Made you keep boxing. Where you been, man? You still in Florida, the gunshot state? Come on, man. Where you been at? Man, I thought something happened to you because, a lot of people die. And I know you don't even know. They just pass. You stop seeing them. You stop hearing from them. You don't really know them, right? So you just stop hearing from them so you can, assume the worst. But I'm glad you're good, man. United for Life would like to see Wilder versus Usyk. Even with bad technique, if he lands one right hook, he could get the job done. Yeah, he could in theory. But what if he don't have that power no more? What if Taylor Swift sucked it all out of him? What if she sucked it all out of him? What if he just, who do you have winning the Virgil fight? I think Barachuk won. Barachuk beat Virgil Ortiz, but see, the CompuBox showed that Ortiz landed more. However, a lot of those punches, bro, I don't think that was accurate. I just don't think that shit was accurate because, a lot of those punches Virgil Ortiz made, a lot of them were partial land. So it's like, okay, do you actually score partial landed shots? I understand it's all contact. You guys remember Winky Wright? Winky Wright was probably one of the best offense or defensive fighters when it came to blocking. His blocking was was on another level. However, he blocked these shots, and everybody knows blocking is the last resort of defense. Blocking is when you can't bob, weave, duck, dip, slide, and bob. When you can't do any of those, you do what? You block. You block. You know what I mean? Because you see that punch coming, but you're still receiving damage. Okay, so yeah. So Winky Wright, fair-skinned brother from St. Petersburg, Florida, in the building down there with Keith one-time Thurman, right? Well, as you notice, someone's wailing on him. He's blocking, but his shots, his gloves, the punches hitting his gloves and his gloves are hitting his face. Pretty soon, you're going to start seeing marks. Not from the punches necessarily, secondhand from his gloves, from the punches. So there you go. Usyk would be a huge problem for Wilder. Usyk would be a huge problem for anybody with that shit he got going. He reminds me of what's Kazuya's son name? Jin. You know, he's herky jerky. You know, Dinky Wright, heroin addicts. What do you mean, Bobby Broken Jaw? He's on heroin now? Please don't say that. I thought Ortiz lost round 9. Garrett Gray Losh in the building. Tim. Did Mayweather beat Wright? Mayweather never fought Wright. Mayweather ducked Winky Wright. Do you think Mayweather fights those type of fights? After he beat De La Hoya, everything from 2007 on forward was pretty much strategically selected. Even Pacquiao. See, when Pacquiao fought Floyd, it was in 15. You know, do you think he had any doubt in his mind that he couldn't? You had any doubt in his mind that Manny could beat him? I don't think he did. He already seen Manny get knocked out. He wrote memes about it for 2 years. Then he wants to fight. I want Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, we got a surprise for everybody. I'm like, why didn't you fight that dude in 2009 or 10? I know he was juicing. He was taking those powder pellets. I know he gonna take that damn drug test. We got USADA. I'm like, USADA, the Olympic style drug testing? What happened to VADA? No, we ain't messing with VADA. I got my own. He's taking USADA. De La Hoya beat Mayweather. A lot of people think that. A lot of people think it. Okay. Shakur Stevenson versus Jermaine Ortiz. Who do you think wins and why? I think in a most boring chess match style, I think Shakur beats him. Because I think Shakur is better. They're both boxers, but I think Shakur is better at what he does. And he boxes and moves. You know, and pretty much looks unappealing. But he has great skill. You know, he doesn't really show his power. He's a pot shotter. He likes to move a lot. And if he gets hit and hurt, his ass is on that bicycle. Who do you got for Fury versus Usyk 2? I'll tell you on the prediction. How would you see Canelo Crawford going? Just like Lara and Canelo. I don't think Canelo's learned a lot, though. I think Canelo just has problem with different fighters. That's why he didn't beat Bivol. That's why he had hell with Mayweather. I mean, with Lara, and he got beat by Mayweather. Austin Trout showed a little bit of that until, you know, he decided to try to up the ante and engage with Canelo and gave Canelo opportunities. Those other guys, you know, Floyd was just too good defensively, and Lara just boxed him from the outside because he thought it was the easier way to fight. Here's the problem with fighters that are not A-side. You can't fight a guy and make it easy. You better fight him and beat him at his own game, because if you don't, you're going to lose a decision. That's exactly what happened to Erislandy Lara. Erislandy Lara was too arrogant, like most Cuban fighters are. They come over here with this confidence that, hey, I've beat these dudes before because I've seen them in the Olympic trials or in the amateurs. I've seen these guys before. I've beat these guys before. They ain't showing me shit new. That's the attitude they have. Everybody from Joel Casamayor to Yoriokas Gamboa to Luis Ortiz to Erislandy Lara. A lot of those guys have already beat those guys. They've beat them in the amateurs. So when they do defect, they're like, you know what? That's it. You know, I've arrived. I'm going to cut 5 years off my actual life. If I'm 35, I'm going to be 29. Some shit like that, you know. So, yeah, because they got a whole brand new life, you know. Let's see who we got. Who's your pound for pound best? Roy Jones Jr. He was one of the pound for pound best fighters ever. Roy Jones. Roy Jones was dominant for 10 years. He didn't fuck up until he went down and dropped weight. That's what happened to him. Pound for pound. Sugar Ray Robinson. You know, that's what I want to see. Sugar Ray versus Roy Jones in the primes. And honestly, I think Roy would still be too powerful. But maybe I'm just not looking at the amount of skill that Sugar Ray Robinson had. See, guys like Sugar Ray Robinson, inspired guys like Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. People don't know that. Muhammad Ali looked up to like Sugar Ray Robinson like a big brother that he could absorb from. He could sponge like a sponge, just absorb his style. You want to know what Muhammad Ali's style was? It was Sugar Ray Robinson. Look at Sugar Ray Robinson fight and then look at Muhammad Ali. Same shit. The only difference was Muhammad Ali was just a headhunter. Bah, 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 bah. Whereas Sugar Ray Robinson, you know what I mean? He was more of a dragon instead of a tiger because he already had an option to go to that body and dip, and dip and rip. James Abo, sup Kurt, you and I called Usyk over Fury years ago. How do you see the rematch going? Also, Crawford getting a lot of criticism for a tough win and why. People always expect dominance. Yeah. See, they expected. See, here's the thing. People expected Terrence Crawford to run over Madrimov because Madrimov was a Bridger fight. Madrimov was at 154. So he must show us something at 154, says the critics, because if he don't show us something at 154, that looks amazing. So how would he look like going over two weight classes to fight Canelo? That's what they're saying. He doesn't even look spectacular in the vision that he came in. So there's no way in Hades that he's going to beat someone like Canelo Alvarez. What decade do you think Peds came into boxing? I think it was a combination, and I think it was a time frame when people were using them and didn't know. Victor Conte, the owner of Snack right now, was convicted of that shit. He was convicted because messing around with him, he got a lot of fighters and Olympians popped. So, him and Memo, Angel Memo Heredia, right? Same shit. Okay. Is Usyk still filming? That's a good question. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend him film for a long time because the way he likes to train, I don't know if he effectively has time for that shit. I meant pound for pound right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Right now it's Usyk, Inoue, Crawford. I don't care about the other five. Robinson had pretty big power himself. Yes, he did. I meant pound. Okay, Duran and Ali, the goats. Duran was all right. I think Duran and Roy, I think they fought too long. Because see, it gets to a point where people starts forgetting how dominant you were when you start losing. When you start losing, oh yeah, they got everything bad to say about you. You know, like Roberto Duran, he just fought because he was just bored. He wanted to compete. He's getting beat by guys like Kirkland Lang. And those guys didn't hold a candle to the prime guy. Just like Roy Jones Jr. was getting knocked out by Glenn and all types of other guys. But in his heyday, he would have destroyed those dudes. You know what I mean? You want to see the difference between someone in their prime, how they perform, versus someone not? Easy. Look at Roy Jones Jr. versus Bernard Hopkins, one, and then look at the second fight. That should tell you everything you got to know about prime and out of prime, and damn near out of time. Okay, those are two different Roys. Roy was just spectacular. That was Bernard Hopkins' second loss. He lost his first fight. I think he went 16 fights or 20 fights or something like that without losing. And then he fought Roy and then he lost. I mean, it was a good fight. Don't get me wrong. Floyd, I keep saying Floyd. Roy beat him. Roy took Bernard Hopkins to deep water, and Bernard Hopkins stayed in there, but he just didn't win. He couldn't do enough. He wasn't as active enough. Roy Jones Jr. was just, and he was throwing these overhand punches and those flashy ass combos was getting people. Joe Walcott was a 1940s Roy Jones. Jersey Joe. He gave Marciano hell. Marciano was a guy had a will of iron. He trained with a 450-pound bag. Crawford has no chance against Canelo. What do you think? Canelo too big and strong for him. Peeps need to leave that alone. John A, I don't think that's going to happen. You know why people won't leave Canelo and Crawford alone? Do you know why? Because Canelo didn't do what he should have done at 168 in a fighter in at 168. He didn't fight Benavidez. He should have fought Benavidez next. I want whatever I want. He wanted a whole shitload of money to fight a man that ain't got shit. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Josie Joe had amazing swag in the era. Absolutely. Remember the Jersey Joe shuffle? Come on, man. That's Jersey Joe Walcott, bro. People tend to forget about how dominant Duran was as a lightweight. He was probably one of the best lightweights ever. You know what? I'll say this. I don't think he was the best lightweight ever. You know who I think was the best lightweight ever? Sugar Shane Mosley was probably the best lightweight ever. I don't think he would have beaten Sugar Shane, not in his prime. That boy was blinding fast, and he was powerful. The first time I ever saw Sugar Shane Mosley, he was fighting a guy named Holiday, last name Holiday. And as fast as he was, then he went left and went from 135 to 147 and beat Oscar De La Hoya. Crawford never crossed over. He was boring in his personal life. I mean, you mean he was a quiet guy? Yeah, he was quiet. But see, Terrence Crawford's dangerous. See, anybody that quiet, they don't talk a lot. But see, you can piss off Crawford out of the ring and in the ring. Ray Mercer versus Big George in the 90s would have put money. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe Mercer, because Mercer was just younger. But then I just see pain. I just see murder. See, George got hit a lot. But, it was like hitting a big-ass refrigerator, Mosley was on roids, messing around with Victor Conte. Yeah. Yep. Crawford is a great fighter, but not at 168. That's all. He's never been at 168. So it's hard. The only way you're going to find that shit out is let me see it. Show me. Let me see it. Show me. Show me exactly what the hell you got at 168. But I mean, I kind of feel Canelo too, because Canelo's like, man, if I take this money and fight Crawford, and if I don't beat him, people are gonna clown me. They're gonna clown me. So you have to understand, a great fighter is someone that's now at 154. I think Canelo lost 3 times. He lost to Mayweather. I think he lost to Lara, and he lost to Triple G. 3 people have beaten him. You know what I mean? Of course, we all know he lost to Bivol. He should have 4 losses. Crawford got a great lineup at 154, though. I think he should stay there and see what's going on. No, Jose, come on. Bud is for real at 147 and 50. Well, we'll see. We'll see what else he does at 154. Just seen the classic Gotti versus Ward war today in the Trinidad versus Mayorga. Boxing was dope back then. Let's see. Gotti versus Ward. May of 2002. That was probably one of the best. Every time I see that fight, my hair stick up on my arms. You know what I mean? Like, I love that fight. The round 9 was an absolute monster. I love Jack Johnson and Joe Louis. How do you think they would fare against today's heavyweights? Old school fighters, no joke. Yeah, they're no joke. Jack Johnson, I think Jack might have took a dive. But I mean, even though, I mean, they kicked him out of the States. Jack Johnson was in Havana. He had to leave the States. He had to fight outside of the States for the world title. He fought in Australia. When he started beating and battering that dude that was champ at the time, and he was taunting him and knocking him down and breaking his teeth and knocking his teeth out, they had 8 riots over here in the United States. The United States was shit back then, bro. Racism plagued the whole country. Jack Johnson couldn't even fight here. And then Jack Johnson goes and adds insult to injury because he starts getting with Caucasian women. Caucasian women. I'm from Australia. Matthew Lindsay Stiller. Australia in the building. Who was tougher, Jack Johnson or Sonny Liston? I don't know. I have no idea. I think Sonny Liston was bigger, maybe. But then it's hard to tell because we have nothing to compare it to. Jack Johnson, I think, was more. I don't know because he had a different style. That was the early 1900s. Liston came around in the 60s. And he was a damn long shark and long shark, loan shark enforcer. There it is. He was the greatest, so ahead of his time. Even Ali said so. Nobody really battered Canelo. He has never taken damage. No, you don't have to batter him. You just outsmart him. Where do you put Larry Holmes? Larry Holmes is up there. I mean, I like Larry Holmes was Ali's ugly sparring partner. I mean, he knew what Ali did. He fought like Ali, his jab, everything, his style. Yeah. My favorite fighter is Sonny Liston. I don't buy that he was, I think somebody killed him and they made it look like he was on heroin. I don't believe that. Triple G battered Canelo. Well, he outworked him in the first fight. I think the second fight was closer. I think the second fight should have been a draw, and then the first fight should have won for Gennady Golovkin. I rewatched the Canelo versus Mayweather fight. It was boring. I don't know. I don't think it was boring at all. I think you had two skilled guys, one a lot better than the other. Salute Counterpunch in the chat. La Jessica in the building. Appreciate you. Guys, here's some. Ika Barabucci from Tua versus Holyfield from Bo 1. I don't know. I think Ika Barabucci was a guy that probably would have gave. I don't see him losing. Maybe Lennox could have got it, maybe, but that might not even be the case. I hate his mental health failed him because we could have had so many fights from Ika Barabucci. He could have been a star. He would have been. Ika Barabucci was fucking nuts. He was crazy. They'll be somewhere trying to set a deal together in a restaurant, and he's like, "I'm the captain, I'm the president." And he'll throw knives and shit. I'm like, dude, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Maybe he's suffering from, brain damage. Who knows? Does Loma beat Shakur, or is he too old now? We have to see. The longer he waits, the worse it is for him, the harder it is for him. Do you think young George Foreman would have beat a tougher fighter for Evander Holyfield instead of old George? It would have been a different fight. I mean, because I think he probably would have still beat George. Why? Because Holyfield is a guy, he's not your average guy. He had something to prove. He was a cruiserweight guy, and he went up. People didn't even respect him. So he had to start knocking them boys in the head, man. So you back Ike against Bo too? Yeah, I would, even though Bo's bigger, because we've seen no flaws against Ika Barabucci that gives us any indication that he would lose. You know, why is Lennox Lewis not in the conversation for best of all time, undefeated and undisputed? He was not undefeated. He wasn't undefeated. He got beat by two people. Got beat by McCall, then he got beat by Rockman. He avenged them both, but what do you mean undefeated? Undisputed, yes. Undefeated, no. Usyk was undefeated and undisputed. Crawford was undefeated and undisputed. Those are two different things. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Well, he's in the conversation, sure. Lennox Lewis wasn't. He's the lion. He's the lion, Pete. Nah. He has two losses. I mean, he was knocked out both times. Yeah, that's what happens when you just don't beat the count, you know? Yeah, I do know. You have to beat the count. But anyway, Vitali better than Lewis. He didn't want that rematch. Well, guys, I tell you, it was a good fight when they did fight. Luckily, it did happen when it did happen. I think we don't know how close that fight went to not happening because Vitali was number one. He was mandatory. You know, he was mandatory to fight Lewis. And Lewis, being a dickhead that he is, oh yeah, I would have took that boy out. You see his eye? They saved him. The May versus Pac fight was the death of mainstream boxing. Such a letdown. Now you are right about that, Jose. That fight sucked. That fight sucked, dude. You know. So I just think that Mayweather versus Manny was just the most exciting fight. Is times when Manny hit him and I guess he caught him, and then Mayweather went back and it was like, oh, he got him. Yeah. All really Manny had to do is just throw more punches. You know, I mean, I don't think Floyd he could have. And then his dad was telling him, like, dude, you don't know what these judges are talking about. They could have robbed you. Casuals were so mad. Oh, yeah. Young, fast Muhammad Ali versus Lennox Lewis. Who wins? Lennox is big. And I think if he catches Ali, he would hurt him. You know what I mean? So I think it's just the terms of can Lennox Lewis land a shot to get him out of there. Kurt, have you sparred your bro Javon Miller? Nah, we never sparred. He's coming on this week. I'm going to bring him back on the show. It was deadlock 50-50. I never sparred him. I never sparred him. Is Tank overrated or underrated? Tank as of right now, Tank's the man. He has knockout power. He has very explosive punching. His punches are explosive. He has great footwork and has a good chin. But pretty soon, people are going to get tired of Tank. Because if Tank doesn't leave 135, and he's already been at 140, he just showed people that he could do it. He just chose not to. It's not a good thing. It's not a good look for Tank Davis. You know, I remember another fighter that did that. Arturo Gatti did that. But that was 140 going to 147 because he was like, yeah, I didn't like the way these punches feel, man. I need to go back to 140. Kurt, 2024 is the year pay-per-view died. I'm sorry, but I never pay for anything. Well, Jose, where are you at? You in the States or are you somewhere else? Tank is the man, but fight the top guys, right? Yeah, but here's the thing. Shakur Stevenson, I don't really want to see that fight of Shakur. I would like to see Shakur get knocked out. But who's to say that Tank would do that? I know he would try. Beterbiev versus Apataya, Crusher after Beterbiev, undisputed. I just hope Beterbiev just don't get old overnight. You know what I mean? Because Jai Apataya has youth on his side. Ask Marius Bradis that. Same shit. Usyk not getting any knockouts at heavyweight and outboxing his opponents tarnishes his reputation in heavyweight, in my opinion. Heavyweight should be skilled, yes, but they need to knock They need knockouts on their records too. United for Life. What do you think happened in the Usyk and Tyson Fury fight? That fight was wrongfully refereed. That fight should have been a TKO. So don't sit here and say he ain't never got somebody in trouble. Either they get fatigued or whatever. He still got him. He get in there and does the thing. 1986 Iron Mike Tyson versus a prime Larry Holmes, who would have won. Tyson would have still got him. He was just too skilled at that time. He wasn't big and chunky like he was when he got out of prison. He was lean, he had a big thick ass neck, and he was knocking people out. You know, Tank versus Loma 3 to 4 years ago would have had happened. Who you got? I got Lomachenko. Lomachenko would have beat Tank because Lomachenko's not taking them shots like that. You know, unless Tank got that type of power. You know, I think Beterbiev will be old after his knee injury. I know from experience. I don't know. I hope not. I think Beterbiev will be old. Okay, I miss your stream on Aliens Romulus. What was your thoughts? Man, that fight, that movie was straight up diabolical. It was good shit. I liked it. I dug it. I would go watch it again. I'm dead ass serious. I mean, the fight like a movie like that, you know. We've had some alien movies that really wasn't up to par. Spent a lot of money on that shit, but they did this right. Romulus, oh yeah, that's the truth. That's all I'm gonna say about it. And you have something that never happened before in any alien movie. That's that's the twist on it. That's the difference. This differentiates from those other shits. And I like Alien. I like Aliens, right? I like all the Alien versus Predator shit. You know what I mean? Because that's just a war of really what went on. Because see, aliens, I mean predators, they are pretty much that's their whole way of life. They hunt. So if it's worth the hunt, it's worth dying for. And what predators do? Predators, they they I didn't say they made aliens, but they pretty much put aliens on this particular planet so they can, of course, hunt them. Okay, but the aliens are the norm. A predator doesn't really get his stripes. That's why they're tearing out the skull and you see the spine and all that. Those are trophies. They don't get their props until they kill American, until they kill a human. That's why they were here. So the predators you saw come to America, like on Predator, Predator 2, did they have a Predator 3? I'm not sure. But anyway, those two predators, those mother suckers were the guys that were there. You know, they were the badasses. That's why they were able to kill a whole unit of Marines, just like in the first one, except one guy lived, right? And that was Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, plot armor, you know. So that's what it was about. You're a good dude, Kurt. Keep it up from New Zealand. Gaz Hirscham, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the love. I think a prime Sonny Liston would dominate the heavyweight division today due to his enormous size, jab, strength, and iron chin. Here's the thing. Sonny Liston was big then. He ain't big now. He's not bigger like those guys are now. He wasn't 6'6". Hell, he was 6'2". Okay. Is Wilder fighting Manuel Jar? I would. I would fight him. I would fight him. Is Wilder fighting? Oh, the Predator was the first Predator. First Predator was a shit. Yeah. That Predator was sent to hunt people. You know what I mean? But they're not allowed to hunt people until they go through a process. They got to kill aliens, and then they're allowed to come here and hunt people. So Americans are, I keep saying that shit. Humans are the last thing that they hunt. They can hunt. That's like the tier. Get back to the chopper. We have Jesse Ventura. You had Arnold Schwarzenegger. You had Carl Weathers. You had Bill Duke. A lot of people. But what fighter out there has 15.5 inches fist like he did? Not a lot, but I don't know. Your boxing knowledge is elite, man. We'll tune in on the upcoming streams for sure. United for life. Appreciate you, bro. Predator and aliens are in the same timeline. They are, yeah. So they breed. See, predators breed aliens, and they're on a they're in a planet or a galaxy or whatever. They put them to a planet to hunt them. So what happens is if those aliens become like if they get in trouble and the aliens get the best of them, they activate that bomb and blow every damn thing up. You know what I mean? That's how it works. So if the aliens get too much because they're like critters, but very dangerous. Um, Morning, Kurt from Eastern Europe. Johan T in the building. Counterpunch to you. John A. You drinking a beer, Kurt? I wish it was a beer. I shouldn't really be drinking this, because I'm just sipping on it, really. Psycho Crush in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, the man with the wrench. Oh shit, critters! You just brought it back. Yeah, they're like these spider things with tails, bro. I seen this dope like it was a little baby alien, and you could put it around your cell phone, and you can bend it back and make it like a stand. It was pretty dope. I like nerd shit like that time to time. You know. Let's check the poll. So we got 48% says that Wilder would win. Jermaine Franklin is 52%. That's a trip how people write other people off due to their destruction. What's up, Kurt in the chat? God of War in the building. Usyk in a 15-round fight might murder someone. I don't know. I mean, I think Usyk's just getting older. He's just good, but he's still getting older. You know? So, yeah. Due to the history about Sonny Liston, do you think he had the most tragic life that boxing has ever seen? No, I don't. There's a lot of people that have. Bro, there's a lot of sad shit that goes on in boxing. A lot of things that people don't know about. Vernon Forrest, dead. Julian Letterlow, dead. Pernell Whitaker, dead. These guys are gone, bro. Johnny Tapia, dead. Right? Edwin Valero, dead. Aaron Pryor, dead. Alexis Arguello, dead. Carlos Monzon, dead. And these guys didn't die just because of old age. No. They died because of some shit they got into. Wilder should just fight Bacoli. If he wins, he gets an AJ. He's not going to beat Bacoli, bro. I'm sorry. He ain't going to beat Bacoli. Because we don't even know if his punch is there. Zhang took that, bow! Gotti Valero would have been a brawl, bro. But he couldn't fight in the States, so it had to be like Canada or South America, Mexico. Right? Ruben Hurricane Carter had a sad story. Yeah, it was pretty sad. But understand something, Ruben Hurricane Carter wasn't an angel either. See what that movie left out in Hurricane by Denzel Washington? I can read it to you. To debunk some of this shit. See, look. Ruben Carter is accused by a woman of assault. Okay. Now check this out. The former head of the New Jersey Defense Committee for Ruben Hurricane Carter said yesterday that Mr. Carter, a former boxer, assaulted her while they were in Maryland last April to attend a heavyweight championship bout. Mr. Carter, who is free on bail awaiting a new trial on murder charges, denied the accusations which were made by Carolyn Kelly. He said she was smearing him in an attempt to get money. Mrs. Kelly said she had not filed any criminal or civil complaints, but her accusations could lead to the revocation of Mr. Carter's bail. The office of the whatever county prosecutor and probation department said that they were looking into Mrs. Kelly's charges. On a court hearing would be required before Mr. Carter's $20,000 bail was revoked, returning him to prison pending the outcome of his trial in case that has attracted nationwide attention. Okay. Mrs. Kelly, a 41-year-old bail bondsman, said that she accompanied Mr. Carter, who is 39, to Landover, on April 29th to attend the Muhammad Ali Jimmy Young fight. She said that she went to Mr. Carter's motel room because of a problem over her motel bill, and that without any issues, he knocked her down and kicked her. He was in a stooped position with his hands around my throat as he said he was going to kill me, she said, dabbing her eyes. Then I was knocked unconscious. Now, mind you, that Reuben Hurricane store, he was out on bail. So it was like a lot of people just thought he was in jail and couldn't get out and all that. No, 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 no. So this happened before he got into jail. I've been in jail all this time. No, you got out. And then you beat the shit out of someone, allegedly. You know. But I mean, he finally passed. I think he passed a few years ago. This is the story of the hurricane. I think Wilder will perform better in the States. I think Wilder should fight someone to get his confidence back. I think they spoke too soon. Guess Puff Daddy learned from him. I don't know where Puff Daddy got that stuff from. Got a lot of people after him. I mean, pretty soon that shit's going to catch up with you. Sonny was set up after he went around Vegas saying the fight between him and Muhammad Ali was rigged. Saying that the fight between him was rigged and he knew if he talked about it, his life was at risk. So a guy named Ash Resnick. Yeah, I know. About Ruben, yeah. But a lot of, Ike Turner, you had a lot of those guys, like Ike Turner. You guys ever seen what's love got to do with it? Like Ike was, is this monster. Yeah, he did all those things, but then here's the thing. The times were different. Dudes could smack women up like it was nothing back in the day. And it's like, whoa. And it was normal. Don't hit me. You come home full of that oil at 710, put a contract on Sonny Liston, and the mob came to his house alone and overdosed him. Well, that sounds, and it's kind of unfair because not only was he, if that happened, he didn't even have the mob to help him because the Muslims wanted the Nation of Islam wanted to kill him. They were threatening this dude like, hey, if you lose, you're one dead, So they used to call him with that. You look like you're gonna spit someone wisdom in the dish pit after lighting your cigarette. Devin the Dream Haney. Dev Dollars. The Liston versus Ali fights look rigged. Not the first one. First one, he made him quit. It was normal in that generation. Yeah, it was, man. Like, women didn't really have all those rights. You get beat up. What'd you do? Come in there. Oh, my God, my husband beat me. Here's a handkerchief. Go wipe yourself off. They'll sleep him off. Kurt as an actor, what did you think of Orlando Brown? Orlando Brown. That's the dude from like Major Payne, isn't it? Um, hmm. Well, for one, I think he should keep his mouth shut. I don't know what's wrong with that dude. Um, I seen a short he was in, and he said some shit he shouldn't even said. Listen, let me tell you guys something. Let me just talk about that for just a second. Things that you hear, and it may be true as day, that you hear about people in the film industry. There are things I know about well-known actors. I mean, well, highest paid guys and this, that, and the other. That when you hear it, it's just something that you don't want to come out and talk about. For one, you can get your ass slapped with a defamation case. For two, it's just tacky anyway. I heard Orlando Brown, dude. I don't know what he's on. He's like the dudes. I don't know, but he was one of those Disney motherfuckers. Strange things happen over there. Kurt, were you in Black Panther? Yes. Great era to be alive. The mob ruled all parts of American life. No, I just think he should shut up. I mean, he's talking about Damon Wayans was you were cheating on your wife with Karen Pearson's. I'm like, why would you say some shit like that? You know what I mean? You was a kid, and I don't like that type of shit. I don't like that type of snitching and run and go tell. I mean, you haven't said anything all this time. Why are you getting to the point like, oh, I must confess everything? You know? The dude out there, yeah, he should keep that shit to himself. I mean, because Damon Wayans, as far as I know, he's still married. And this shit comes up. That's hard to, when someone finds out something that happened a long time ago, understand it's like it happened then, like in real time at that moment when they find out about it, because they didn't know all this time. And the anxiety that comes from the idea that you thought this person was somebody and they really weren't, only because you were betrayed by a little young ass snotty nosed kid actor. No, bro, I don't give a shit about his acting ability. He was a kid actor. Okay. You just got to have a good memory and charisma. He had that. Congratulations. But now he's sitting around like tripping and he's everywhere. Nah, bro, shut up. I would have cheated too with Hillary. God forgive me. Yeah, Hillary Banks. Yeah, she was hot. I remember her in The Ladies' Man. What are your wrongful queries? It's a ladies' man. I have a PhD, but in boning. The ladies' man. Julie, kiss me, Julie. Oh man, yeah, that was true because when Sonny fought Ali in the first fight, he had a shoulder injury and he was untrained because he was cheated. He was cheating on his wife with prostitutes every week after he won a title. Yeah, he was slamming them broads. Here's $20. Hell no, back then it was like 10. Here's $10. Give me all you got. I'm gonna blow your back out. He said Damon made him sit there and listen to it. No, he said that Damon bought him a puzzle piece or some shit like that. And then he noticed the trailer start rocking and Damon was in there, putting that Wayans in Hillary, you know. But at first when he was explaining that shit, because I just heard that like yesterday or something, he said he gave me this and all of a sudden I just felt rocky. The place started rocking. I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me that somebody was, I thought he was getting, SA'd, right? But it was, and I like, oh, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, please don't tell me this dude's a PED file. You know what I mean? Because I like Damon Wayans and I think he's a genuine dude, straight up guy. So you don't really hear about that, you know? Uh, The second fight was due to Sonny's age and the possibility that the mob had threatened his life and given him money to take a dive. That might have been it. And if that's the case, it worked out good for him because the Nation of Islam was also threatening him. Because, of course, Muhammad Ali joined that nation. Listed as one of the most entertaining or interesting heavyweight people really don't know much about him. Yeah, he was a long shark. In fact, what was it? Who was trying to keep Bob Arum didn't want him, Patterson to fight him. He destroyed Patterson twice. He beat him like a rag doll. He didn't play any games, dude. Liston is one of the most interesting people. Really don't know much about him. Mark Hamill and Jack Black should keep their mouths shut closed too. They said they wish the shooter would have killed Trump and said it was on internet. Well, if you want death on somebody, something wrong with you. That's all. And if it got to get to that point, that means you're like, that's where hatred breeds and you need to cut it out like a weed. Okay. And due to Sonny never having a birthday certificate, some believe that he was 45 years old when he beat Floyd Patterson in 1962 before Ali for the undisputed title. That could be the case. He had some Luis Ortiz stuff going. Will Chamberlain is one of the kings of blowing backs out. Dude, they said Will Chamberlain said he was with over 10,000 women. That's stupid. Here's the thing. I wouldn't want to be with all them women. Here's the thing about it. If you were with 10,000 women sexually, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older. Just like, that's just like, even on a smaller scale, would you like to intimately have 10 women a week? No. I mean, you could give me 10 women, but why would I have to have 10 per week? Why don't I have one a week? And then when I'm finished with that 10, give me 10 more. But like, ration it out. You want to see what that person is about, you know what I mean? Instead of going from person to person to person. I just don't find I'm not young and like that no more. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I have to like a chick to really want, like, you have to be there, Some people don't do that in 10 years or ever, Philip Hergovic accent makes it even more funny when he trash talks. Yeah, he's fucking guy, man. He's 500 pounds and he doesn't punch for shit. He doesn't know good. He's doing drugs and he has to do this. If I lose to Daniel Dubois, I'm going to retire, man. I don't need to do this shit. And we ain't heard nothing else from him. So maybe he did. Just crazy how fighting was the only way a black man could make money. At the time, yeah, because I mean, you didn't have basketball like that. Remember, basketball for African Americans really wasn't popular until the 70s. And even then, they wouldn't really get in that dough like that. Boxing was your only ticket, Football, Jim Brown. But that was hit or miss, Baseball, if you're good. What if Ben Davison trained Wilder? I don't know. Maybe he could do a good job. Maybe. Not interested. I like being intimate with my lady. Yeah, I mean, I want to be interested with all of them. See, the whole idea is when you see things like I was talking about the other day, a lot of people, think, oh, you're a player. Players just like to get around and just whore around. Well, no, that's not the same as having you feelings for multiple women. That's two different things. And it's a hassle too. See, yeah, if I was 24, that would be dope. But then even then, I don't think you would be mature enough to understand what you got. Like, man, I had 5 chicks and I was slamming all of them. Okay, well, you was doing all that. But then what was you really gaining? Just pleasure? Was you getting to know these chicks or you just, oh, you ain't shit. Kurt, the NBA is literally a rich kid's sport now. Look it up. Pretty much. Xavier Williams, how do you think 2015 version of Wilder would have done against Zhang, Bakoli, or Usyk today? 2015? Let's trade 15, I don't think so much. 18, yeah. I think, because by 18, he's learned. He was bigger, he was healthier, he was stronger. But understand, he was plagued with injuries too. So, you know, do you hear about Ika Barabucci reaching out for a comeback soon? Yeah, I hear about that. He needs to get him some real heavyweights he can spar instead of them young kids he was punching on, making them kneel and, bend the knee with body punching. The NFL has changed the rules so much it's worthless now. I wanted to be a pro football player, American football player. That was like my first goal. I wanted to be like Mel Gray. Mel Gray played for the Detroit Lions, and he was a kickoff return. I ran track, so I was fast. You get me a hole, I'm gonna go from one end to the next. You know. So let's see. Too many women, too many complications. Yeah. You gotta remember shit. It's a hassle. You know. And I'm not even into that, like, like polygamy, like, oh, I got this chick here, this chick. No, because my mindset is they might get together and plot against my ass, take my money and give me a life, get a life insurance policy and kill me, poison my ass. Here you go, baby. Thank you, baby. Mm. Yeah, man. You okay, hun? You know, call the police. Samuel Peter versus Vlad was a great fight and nobody talked about it. It was good. He knocked down Vlad too. He beat James Toney too. Boxing is another sport that might be irrelevant in 3 years. Well, an American maybe. Maybe in America, there will always be some type of boxing fights. You got all these damn fighters that they're young, like Tank and Teofimo and guys like that. Yeah, you know. Kurt, who do you think is the next for Aget Cabello? I have no idea, and honestly, I don't think he's managed right. I just don't think that I don't think that he's managed right. I just think that he's just poorly managed. I think he's with Universum. That's that same promotional company that Triple G was a part of. Putting belts, statuses, records, etc. aside, I would have Hergovic, Bacoli, Zhang, Caballero, Sanchez, Ortiz, all beating Usyk. Okay. Well, Wilder is up over 86 votes, 58% to 42. Now, talking about Wilder's chin, that's like, well, if you want to talk about his chin, you got to talk about everybody else's chin. Shit, nobody else seemed to take that punch from Zhang. Now we're going to give Wilder a hard time because he got blown out by him. What do you think this guy was just been known for? Zhang was known to knocking people out with the same punch. How did he knock out Joe Joyce? With a right hook. How did he knock out Deontay Wilder? With a right hook. That's how he did it. You know? Ortiz wouldn't beat Usyk. That's ridiculous. Ortiz. He was a good fighter, though. I liked Ortiz. He just managed bad. Poor Cuban bastard. He didn't really know. He didn't understand the business part of it. He gave, I didn't like that too much. Ergovic took 12 months to KO Jack freaking Messi. You think Usyk losing to him? No, took 12 rounds. I remember that. That was a boring fight, bro. Boring. I think fans want to see Wilder get destroyed in the ring for that to this day nonsense. No, that wasn't now hold on. The statement was not nonsense. Absolutely not. How it was created is Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was talking about how, travelers were getting persecuted and, discriminated, So Wilder got into it with Tyson Fury, and they had the little thing with Wilder jabbed him in the eye because he was trying to take him back or something. And he was already pissed about that. And he got pissed because Radio Raheem, the way he worded it was jacked up. I don't know. But see, that's what happened. He was just like, Radio Raheem here, Deontay Wilder, when you said that, you're fighting for your people. Your people too. Your people too. You gonna sit here saying, your people too. And he was like, well, you gotta explain. I ain't gotta explain nothing that's understood. Radio Raheem. You know we've been fighting for 400 years. We still fight to this day. To this day. To this day. I'm out of here, man. So, yeah, he was pissed off with Radio Raheem. But Radio Raheem was being a journalist. And that's how journalists said, he could have said it different. But, oh, yeah. He should have said it different on this table. He could have said that different. If it looks could kill, Wilder would have finished Radio Raheem with that. Yeah, man, he was pissed. Taking Hrgovic over Usyk is crazy take. Usyk would beat the shit out of Hrgovic. He would have beat the shit out of Hrgovic, man. I'm sorry. Usyk would have destroyed Hrgovic. Because, see, Hrgovic, we can tell, he's not, okay, he doesn't know southpaws that well. No, I mean, I get the message. No, I ain't gonna never say. No, it wasn't annoying. He was annoyed with what Radio Raheem said. But I mean, that was on the fly. And then it's crazy. That actually spiked his popularity in certain groups. So yeah. But I mean, that's all about who made Wilder Wilder. Those things were coming out, and he was under the searching column simply because he was calling out who? Anthony Joshua. Usyk has fought Fury and Joshua 2 times. And you say he ducked Tawk. Champ, respectfully take a nap. You're not white, speak like a black man. This fucking guy. Slime Williams. Is it Slime Williams? That shit's hilarious all by itself. How many more fight does Wilder have left in him, in your opinion? Do you see him going for another title? Maybe Bridgerweight. He's not going for Bridgerweight. Shelly Finkel just turned it down. Beating AJ twice is no easy feat. So we got 90 votes. Deontay Wilder 59%, Jermaine Franklin 41%. Okay, so we're gonna keep it going to at least 100. Get past that. Beating. Yeah, but I don't think Wilder. I think he's fighting fight by fight. Whoever gives him the right type of money, yeah, I think that's what he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go for it. You'll get 10 million. Wilder gonna fight. You remember when the BBC, though Wilder was invincible? You mean the LDBC? I think AJ has a problem with shorter fighters. I think he does too. That's why I think he'll mop Tyson Fury up. Do you think DC deserved better respect than John Jones did after their fight? No. Yeah, that dude was crying. He had made his own crying meme. You remember the crying Jordan meme? Mike Tyson is king. You better believe it. What's a BBC? What's that? John Jones made fun of his dead kid too. Damn, I didn't hear that. John Jones lives a wild life, dude. You know, they catch him in all kind of fuckery. You know, small fighters are definitely AJ's Achilles heel. I think he has problems. I think he has problems with him. I definitely do. Go on Google and put in "I'm a BBC." You point. What the hell does that mean? All right, let me see. For shits and giggles, let's see. Oh my god. Anyway, Johns is a bad man. Nah, don't do it. uh, there's also that's what I thought he meant BBBOC, right? But yeah, DC is another goofy. Okay. BBC is also a British network. Thank you for good work you do. Been watching you for years now. Always giving a fair shake and keeping it real when it hurts people's feelings. I mean, that's what it's about, brother. You know, uh, the stream lagging a little bit. I don't know why. Uh, what does Parker have to do to get a title shot? Keep winning. He'll get it. Keep winning. He'll get it. West TV knowledge. Men that are 6 foot or under should be very confident knowing that they're a tall man's nightmare when it comes to boxing or fighting. Yeah, someone shorter, you think they have a disadvantage. Wrong. You think we get AJ versus Fury next? Uh, no, we won't. We won't get that. Tough guy accent don't suit Triple D. He can't have a dialogue by himself since he's so dull and boring. Yeah, he is a bland guy, ain't he? He's real flat. Do you think Andre the Giant would have been a good boxer? No. I think he would have got knocked out. You can't grab people. You know, you just got to fight. Will Usyk drop all the belts if he wins? I mean, he should. He's already become undisputed in 2 different weight classes. I don't think belts matter no more to Usyk because he's done everything that he could possibly fucking do. Period. Him beating Tyson again only means he's defended what he created. Then I don't care what people say; they're still going to look at him as an undisputed champion and undefeated because he hasn't been beaten yet. I have seen dried salt seaweed with more personality than Triple D. Damn. Crazy. Crazy. You think Fury even cares if he wins the rematch? I don't know. I think it all depends on how he trains. You know what I mean? How he really trains, not that shit that he says that he does. Because a lot of times Tyson says that this is the best fight camp of my career, and then later on you hear off is the worst. Which one is it? Is it the best or was it the worst? Come on, man. Do you think Francis Ngannou does or does not have the strongest punch ever? I mean, I think he has a strong punch. You know, I told you about that dream that he dropped Joshua in a rematch. It's strange that I had a dream like that. I respect Triple D, but I see the fight going the same way as Saul and Berlanga. I mean, that's how it really supposed to go. You know, those guys don't. You know, if he beats Joshua, which I doubt, bro. You know, I seriously doubt. Do you think Francis Ngannou does or does not? Okay, I already read that one. Turkey sees through Canelo's bullshit. Yeah, he just wants to see if he really wants to fight. So give him what he wants and let's see what happens. That way we can weed out the bullshit. So if Canelo says, I don't want to fight, have business like that, you don't want to fight. And you just saying that big ass number because you don't think that someone will pay for it. You're just pricing yourself off out. So you say. See, that's what I think Canelo's doing. Daniel D is a hype job. Well, Joe Joyce beat him into submission. Espino smokes every top 10 boxer. You know, but yeah, can't wait because I mean, what I'm interested in, Daniel Dubois, he's actually going to give it a go though. He's going to give it a go. He's going to try to knock out Anthony Joshua. That's what I'm wanting to see. Why you think Joshua now is working on defense because he knows uh, Dubois is going to come with some wide hooks and overhand rights. You know, so Joshua's just preparing himself, you know, defensively against hard thumpers like Daniel Dubois. Canelo will probably get one more tune-up before fighting Benavidez. He ain't gonna fight Benavidez, bro. I hate to break it to you. He ain't gonna fight him. I can do whatever I want. That's what he does. And he's doing whatever the hell he wants to do. Why don't he choose to retire? Caroline Dubois has a better chance of beating AJ than her brother. Let me tell you something. Caroline Dubois is hot. I like the way she looks. Then she's a fighting man. Yeah, she's. I like. Do you miss Golovkin in the mix? No, he's too old. Golovkin was old when he fought Canelo for the first time. See, Oscar De La Hoya is full of shit because he's talking about Canelo now. Like, he's just waiting for fighters to get old and he wants to fight them. I fought guys in their primes. No, you didn't fight Chavez in their prime. You fought Whitaker, sure. You know, the odds were in your favor because you were the golden boy. Um, he fought Trinidad when Trinidad was in his prime, but he lost the decision, which I don't know how the hell he did that. You know, he lost to Sugar Shane Mosley. He didn't fight Vernon Forrest. He didn't fight Winky Wright. Um, I mean, what else can I say? You know, I mean, De La Hoya, don't get me wrong, he has a good record, you know, but like to say Canelo waited till they got old, well, who do you think this promoter was? You was his promoter. That's why you didn't want to fight Golovkin. And you let Canelo, I am not a middleweight. You got the middleweight belt, dickhead, so how aren't you a middleweight? You beat Cotto for that belt. Cotto beat Martinez, right? So that's how he became the WBC holder. And then Cotto was like, you know what? I ain't fighting Golovkin. You fight Golovkin, Canelo, because Canelo beat Cotto. And he took that belt and he didn't want to do nothing with it but hold it for ransom because he was fighting at 155 and he wanted Golovkin to come to 157 because he wanted to drain that boy. He wanted to drain him. And he was already 35 at that time. I think when he fought, I think he was already 35 or 36. Is James Toney in your top fighters in history? No, he's not. Maybe one of the best defensive fighters in history. And will Canelo take the Crawford fight and for how much? Um, If he turns the fight down, if he comes and eludes with some other shit, again, I'm thinking about Belanga. Dude, get your people on it. You know you got a damn management team. See what he wants. Why do I feel Mike Tyson is going to knock out Jake? I hope he does. Mike will be back. Mike will be the man. Mike will be the guy that saved boxing from bullshit YouTube or bullshit YouTubers. Let's put it that way. I feel like Franklin with his explosive combinations, but he hits weaker than the same Usyk who was never famous for his punching power. He's a durable, tough guy. You know, I'm proud of him. They're saying Canelo might fight Paul versus Tyson winner. Nah. Having a go against AJ will be suicidal for Dubois. We'll see. I think it'll be a good fight though, man, because I think Dubois is coming with some thunder. So out of 100 votes, we have Deontay Wilder 58%, Jermaine Franklin 42%. Patrick Dixon, what's up, Counterpunch? Counterpunch to you, brother. Counterpunch to you. What do you think about the Usyk triple D low blow? Borderline. Could have went either way. Danny Dubois only has a puncher's chance against AJ. Sometimes that's all you need if you can land the right punch. Who do you got on the rematch fight with Tyson versus? I think Tyson is going to win the next fight. He may, but it all depends on how much he wanted. So it is what it is. Winky Wright versus Andre Ward would have been a great fight. Andre was too big for Winky. You got to remember where Winky was at. What do you think about Miller versus Caballero? Tricky fight for Miller because Miller has to track you down, and I think Caballero knows how to get you in and work the body. And they're both going to bang, though. I would love to see it, though. Kurt, who started the Crawford is a megastar talk? I never cared for Crawford. I mean, I don't think you care for anybody black, dude. I'm just telling everybody that's black, you say something about them. I mean, seriously. I'm just keeping it 100. Like, Terrence Crawford was the best pound for pound. Was he a big megastar? No. But I never see you say anything like positive, any light. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm looking at your comments. Everybody sucked or everybody was boring or everybody was this. You like AJ and Tank. AJ's okay. Tank's explosive. But it's like, like I'm looking, I'm like, damn, is it just me or you just like negative Nancy over here? Crawford is cool. I can't say anything about him. Crawford, look, here's the problem with Crawford. Crawford is a pound for pound best fighter, but not was a best pound for pound. Crawford is the best pound. Not was best. He is best. He is one of the best. But see what I'm saying is he was always known as one of the best fighters. So to say a guy, oh, he's not that, he's not this, I'm like, well, he's got 11 straight KO stoppages. He's found a way to stop these dudes. So the facts is, if you look at his box rec, the Madrimov fight sticks out because he was in there with a guy that's an absolute beast, an undefeated guy, a golden Olympian. And he gave trouble, and yes, it broke his knockout streak. But he's a star. I don't think he's there. I'm like, well, he beat the shit out of the guy they said that was. Errol Spence was supposed to have been this guy, and and supposed to have been, the shit. But then look what happened to him. He got destroyed by Crawford. So it is what it is. Counterpunch. Don't you think Errol Spence will be Crawford if they fought at Spence's normal weight? I think that Spence can beat Crawford at his normal weight. Patrick Dixon. What the hell is Errol Spence's normal weight? You know what I mean? Like, what is his normal weight? People called him a weight bully for a long time. He wasn't going to beat Crawford. I called that shit when I saw. I was like, you know what? Years ago, this was probably like, if it's 2024, this might have been 2017, right? This put it like 2017, and people were putting together, the possibility, because that's when Terrence left 140. And then people like, oh, I see a fight on the horizon, a super fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence is the best at 147. Terrence Crawford is entering the division amongst unifying the whole division of 140. The WBO rules state that if you are lineal, which is the WBO, and you're able, and you are allowed to fight the next fighter at that particular weight class, which at that time was supposed to have been Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao got robbed by who? Jeff Horn. Okay, so he had to fight Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn got beat and stopped in the 9th round. And then that's when all the bullshit started. See, the bullshit started with Terrence Crawford is, first of all, Bob's old ass Aram was like, hey, I'm losing money from Crawford. He's a boring fighter. And it's like, okay, well, you're losing him, but you're the one that signed the contract. You offered Crawford a $3 million a fight contract. And then it's like, okay, you're not making any money from him. You know what that means? That means you need to be a better promoter. Do you think Eddie Hearn, if he promoted Terrence Crawford, you think he would ever say something about his fighters like that? That's crazy. We got a super chat. This channel is cool and I like the vibe. Matthew Lindsay Stiller. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I appreciate the love, man. First super chat on the live stream. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate the support. Errol Spence is fake now. The swelling was insane. Psycho Crusher. Didn't Crawford sue Bob for 10 million? Yeah, he did. I don't know whatever happened though. I wouldn't even sued Bob. I mean, but I just would have left Bob like everybody. Andy Ruiz had to do the shit. Oscar De La Hoya had to do the shit. Manny Pacquiao had to do the shit. Floyd Mayweather had to do the shit. I mean, everybody eventually had to leave Bob because Bob was that standard guy that you begin with. He's a good starter promoter. But if you want to do and make your own claims, because eventually he does have a ceiling, because Bob is older. The man is damn near 100 years old. His mindset of $1 million, you know what $1 million used to be? Not as much as it was back in the day. You know what I mean? So he was around when, $1 million is $1 million. No, it's not. Not anymore. You know what I mean? So like, he's cheap. Bob's cheap, bro. He only going to do certain things. He's not going to over purse bid for anything. What's your name, bro? I know you as Counterpunch. It's Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. Didn't Crawford? Okay, got that one. Bob Arum is senile. Well, I'll say this about Bob. I think Bob, he's blessed to be his age and able to think like he does. Yeah, he does get kind of pissed off at times, like he did with Jack Catterall and what's the Scottish guy's name? I can't even remember him now. Taylor, right? So yeah, this is despicable in the UK. You guys need to be ashamed of yourselves. That's a roach behind you. Oh, is it? Where? Bro, you're the best boxing news here on YouTube. Nieves Part 1. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know Errol can bounce back. The beating he took didn't sit right with me. Yeah, he ain't fought since. Now he wants to take on tall ass Fondora. Good luck with that shit. Yeah, I fight Fondora. Hell, I fight him. Okay. Be careful what you wish for, bud. Oh, yeah, you say that every time in the beginning, right? I'm so dumb. No, I mean, shit. A lot of people, hey, what's up, Counterpunch? I'll be in the Caribbean somewhere. Counterpunch boxing news. You know? Errol Spence looked like Michael Jackson's Thriller Zombie. Bob Arum reminds me of Heyman Roth from The Godfather. I'm gonna give you an offer you can't refuse. Go ahead and kiss the ring. Kiss it. Kiss it. Yeah, man. But no, seriously. Um, but no, Terrence Crawford, he's just not a clown. He's not an Adrian Broner. No. He's not a Floyd Mayweather. He Terrence Crawford is Terrence Crawford. Mount Fundora Mount Mount Fundora will beat the hell out of Errol if he doesn't learn how to move his head. Yeah. What did Ali tell Don after he KO'd Foreman? I told you I was the greatest. You doubted me, sucker. What did who is the best heavyweight today? Top three in your eyes. Usyk, Joshua, Caballo. You know, you the best, bro. From the boxing channels, I always listen when you speak because you chat facts and humble. That's the best thing. Respect to you. Kurt DeVille, GoPro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Parker's there too. Yeah, him too. Parker's really resurrected himself, man. He's really made some comebacks. You know, I like Crawford Zoo too. Be a good fight. Be a real good fight because I think Zoo would try to knock out Crawford. But the thing is, would Zoo knock out Crawford before Crawford knocks out Zoo? Because Crawford is a counterpuncher and he looks for certain holes and openings and he sets traps like he did Sean Porter and other people. You know, when I look at Bob and I see that old rat who saved the four turtles in that movie. Damn, you compared Bob Arum to Master Splinter? It's crazy. Counterpunch. What about that dehydration clause? Don't you think that Spence was drained, to be honest? Well, I mean, both of them were drained. In fact, Terrence Crawford looked worse than Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford had these black ass bags around his eyes. He looked like a raccoon. If you look closely, you can see that Terrence Crawford looked worse to wear than Errol Spence. Errol Spence looked all healthy and big as hell, and Crawford looked like his ass just worked a triple shift at a mechanic shop. In fact, Terrence Crawford looked like one of them dudes that goes to the gym and then goes home and gets under a truck. You know? I thought Parker was on his way out, but he made the biggest comeback, man. He back in the mix. He is. Zoo better hurt Crawford before he pisses him off. Yeah, I mean, you got to hurt Crawford and take him out, you know? Because if you make Crawford mad, he's going to he's going to stick his tongue out and then he's going to start, you know, he's going to go back to that old mad, angry kid that his mom used to, you know, get guys to fight him and all that crazy shit. She created a monster. Kurt, what is your redemption list looking like? Oh, a lot of people going to be at it, bro. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of people going to be at it. It's about 15 people on that list. Yeah. You know, Crawford was definitely struggling at the weight between Spence. Yeah, well, so you can't mention one without the other, especially when the other looked worse than the one that we're trying to talk and trying to, you know, make excuses for. I can't wait for Zhang versus Parker 2 and AJ versus Dubois. I think that should be on the same card. Why not? Crawford is my favorite boxer coming from the streets, and it's going to be a Hall of Famer. Trust me. Listen, you know who I like to watch? I like to watch David Benavidez. I like to watch Artur Beterbiev. I like to watch Dmitry Bivol. To me, like 175 is on fire, and it's about to be unified. Oh yeah, that's why I try to make a lot of better Bivol content, especially going to start fighting soon. So we got to get ready, people. Yeah, the referees review. I have a lot of I got some catching up to do. So I got to see if I work this week, and if I don't, I'm gotta get to it. Best smiling like he's about to piss out, and then rain when they first start to fight. Jarrell Miller versus Dillian White. I would love that fight. I would love to see Jarrell Miller versus Dillian White. That fight would be a slugfest. And really, between Jarrell Miller and Dillian White, that buildup is going to be stupid. Because that's going to be the USA brash talking Brooklynite Jarrell Miller talking shit. Then you got over the pond, you got the rude boy, big up, Dillian White. Listen, the one thing about Dillian White, though, he ain't going to let you punk him. See, when Jarrell Miller does that shoving shit like he does with AJ, and he did with did he do that with Dubois? He did that with Dubois too. He didn't do that with Andy because he actually liked Andy. But understand something. He pulls that shit with Dillian White. Dillian White might throw a chair at him. Tyson Fury let her hands talk in the ring. Usyk is a character. Don't worry, I will not leave you alone tomorrow night. Let your hands do the talking in the ring. Mayweather versus Tank. What's your thoughts? Mayweather versus Tank. I don't know. Which Mayweather? Pretty Boy? Because see, here's the thing. Pretty Boy versus Tank would probably be closer because Floyd Mayweather, he was athletic. He was defensively sound, but he got hit too. He got hit a lot more than he did when he was Mayweather Money. Mayweather Money was defensive first, score second. Counterpunch boxing. Do you think Canelo can beat Dimitri in a rematch? Nope. I don't think he can beat anybody that type of footwork. I just don't. He entered the dragon, and he got what he was asking for. Then he thought he won that fight. See, De La Hoya rigged so many fights for him when he was with Golden Boy. Now he can't see himself losing because it'd been fights like that other people seen him losing that, of course, the judges will score it for him. So he's pretty much brainwashed by entitlement. And his expectation, he's so accustomed of getting a decision that when he does lose one, I think I won. How do you think you won and you got beat up like that? Because I think Tank, but back to Mayweather, Pretty Boy could get hurt by Tank. If Tank is heavy-handed like you say it is, he could probably hurt Floyd. But then Floyd, though, was a very offensive fighter. You know what I mean? But Tank, Southpaw, the shell ain't going to work. That ain't going to work with a Southpaw. Crawford stops Canelo, and he knows that. I don't know about stopping Canelo. Here's the thing. I don't see Canelo getting knocked out. I just don't see him getting knocked out. What do you think Beterbiev means when he goes, he knows? I don't know. I mean, but hopefully we find out. Jonah F. Love your content from Finland. Finland in the building. Counterpunch to you. DeMarcus Hill. What do you think? Oh, I already got that one. Neither. Arsh Kumar. Neither. I don't care for either. I gotta go, bro. It's 7 a.m. here in the UK. Have a great day or night in America. Take care and keep doing what you're doing. Peace. Go Pro. Appreciate you, brother. I don't care for any of those twats. I don't care. I wish Canelo fought better BF instead of Bivol. Well, he probably would have had a better chance of winning. But then understand, Canelo has a good chin, though, man. A lot of people thought that he was going to fold when he went up to 160 to fight Triple G, and that wasn't the case. Canelo has a beard. You can say what you want to about him. You call him cement feet. You call him cherry picker. You can call him whatever the hell you want to call him. But you cannot deny that this man has a beard, period. Michael Hunter will beat everyone but Usyk. Well, both of those guys, Michael Hunter's 35. Orville Flowers. Hi, Orville is here. Hello there. Myron Glasper. Canelo has a very good chin. Danny Garcia has a chance too. Yeah, Danny Garcia has to knock out Erislandy Lara, and he better hope Lara don't have any more left in him. Because if he does, Lara's not moving like he used to, and Lara's looking a lot like a fighter that's just tired. He's getting like that Austin Trout. Austin Trout stopped boxing and just started slugging with these bigger dudes, just like he did with Jamal Charlo, just like he did with Canelo Alvarez, just like he did with a lot of these guys. He fought all those guys. I think he fought Jermell and Jamal, didn't he? But Lara, Lara, you know, but I don't know. I think I would love. I can't wait to see Lara versus Danny Garcia. I'm looking forward to that fight. That fight should have already happened. Anderson B should be where Dubois is. Hopefully, we can see that fight in the future. Oh, y'all would like to see that. I would like to see that fight. Kurt Crawford ain't it. He never impressed me. Don't call us racist for not liking crawfish. Okay. I just don't see what's unimpressive about 11 straight KOs. You know, I just hope that's not the case. Inouye versus Woods at 126. Who you got? Inouye. Or Inoue. There you go. Inouye. Inoue. Okay, yeah. Triple G got robbed in the first fight. Yeah. But guess what? That was more Golden Boy bullshit. Golden Boy does that. Golden Boy orchestrates and predicts who wins or how it goes. See, Canelo actually lost, so like shit, we got to give it a draw now. Do you see how long it took them to get those scorecards up there after that fight was over? It took a long time. When that shit happens, people are trying to fix shit. So what they do, this is what I think, this is how judges cheat. Okay, before I jump off of here. These judges, they have their score, and it's all in pencil, right? And they got, two fighters and who do a 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, right? So what they're doing is, like, I think what takes them so long is they have another piece of paper with the same bullshit on it, and they just got to fill it in real quick to make it look like it should go or like they were paid to judge it. That's what I think. That's why it takes so damn long, because there's no reason to take that long with something that you've been doing round after round after round, right? So I don't believe any of that shit. I think they got another one that they filled out under that one, and they took that under or put it away, and then they got another one, and they were, then they start filling that shit in. That's why you're sitting there like, okay, and everybody's already congratulating everybody, and they're sitting there, and then, the ring announcers waiting for these fucking cards that ain't made it there yet. You know what I mean? Because they got to figure that shit out, Or the old button clicker mode. That guy is talking just because he has a mouth. How the hell is the first time 2 undisputed champion not impressive? That's crackhead talk. Well, I don't see what a person has to do. I mean, he's a guy that does more action than talking. I don't see it. Adrian Broner's a guy that talks a lot of shit and he don't do nothing no more. What do you think of De La Hoya, of a promoter? I think he was a good promoter. I think he learned a lot from Don King and Bob Arum. I think he learned a lot about both of those guys, and he kind of mashed it together and made his own way, his own remedy of how you judge fights or who and what to do. And he learned that from the, like the Don, only in America, baby. He learned that a long time ago. AB looks like a crackhead with that missing tooth. Yeah, he got his damn tooth knocked out. Blair the Flair put the flare on his ass, didn't he? That shit was funny. Benavidez versus Morrell, too early, like you say. Let it marinate. Well, Morrell, he ain't ready. I seen his last fight. He ain't ready for that guy. I'm sorry. He ain't ready for no David Benavidez. And he's Cuban. He ain't ready for no David Benavidez. De La Hoya doesn't like Coke, just likes the smell. No, I like the smell. Shit, I just like the smell, man. Counterpunch boxing. And I know we getting off topic, but who you got for the election? Neither. None of the above. De La Hoya. Yeah, De La Hoya, man. Was that De La Hoya dancing with them damn Speedos on? I know that was his girl dancing, but was that him? And he bought her head to toe, titties, ass, everything. She's an artificial Barbie doll. You know? Yeah, it's crazy. Artificial Barbie doll. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dude, wow. I don't even see how you would be like exposing yourself like that. you know? Yeah, and that is a trans. No, I don't think she was a trans. I think she just looks stupid because she had too much. And then here's the weird thing: she looks trans because of the artificial bullshit she's done. She looks like a drag queen. She does. Like the shit her face and her lips looking all crazy. I'm like, if you looked at, hold on, let me show you this chick. Let me show you how she used to look, and it just shows you how people should leave them fucking selves alone. And that's what happens. That it becomes impulsive, and people start doing shit to themselves, and they can't stop. Look at Michael Jackson. That motherfucker couldn't stop. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I had Villalago. That has nothing to do with you fucking your face up, sir. You look like you're from the other side of Mars with that shit. And I love Mike, but come on, bro. You think Prince did bullshit like that? Come on. De La Hoya and his wild lifestyle. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Damn, she looks like a fucking mannequin. And I'm like, dude, yeah, you got this shit fucked up, dude. Oscar De La Hoya sexy video with girlfriend. That's sad. Damn shame. What the hell are they doing? And her ass looks so fake. Dude. They, but anyway, what's the chick's name? What is her name? Holly Saunders. Okay, Holly Saunders. Holly Saunders. Okay, look, she's 37 now. Here's the weird thing, and this was making so bad. This is how this girl used to look. This girl used to look like that. That's fucking Oscar De La Hoya's girlfriend right there. That chick right there. Look, take a look at it. Take a look at this chick. That's Holly Saunders. That's her. That's before all the bullshit. That's before all the bullshit. So she went from this. Okay, look at this chick. Look at her. And the question is, what the fuck's wrong with her? She used to be a reporter, just like now. But how do you go from that to that dude? God, dude. I mean, this is just ridiculous. You know, and she used to be so pretty. Kind of could put in your mind of Jennifer Anderson, kind of. You know, now she looks like a fucking. Look at this chick, man. That did. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So, uh, huh. How you go from that to look like this? Look at that. Motherfucker don't even look real. She looks like a cyborg. um, she literally has dated only rich dudes. Yeah, yeah, she's in that circle. What up, Kurt? Steven Sandoval in the house. She got a light skinned friend looking like Michael Jackson. I know, right? Crazy, crazy. Her booty looks good though. No, it don't. Look, if you that's what you think, you seen some badass jobs. Bro, I go back to DR, and that's all you see, and you see them better than that. But it's like everybody has the same shit, and you're like, oh god, you know, yeah, that transformation, yeah, that was nice. And then she's 37. That's crazy. And you're not even 40, and you look like a fucking retard. But I guarantee you, it was a time when she was just drop dead gorgeous, and she just did not know how to stop. That's all it was. Oh yeah, a lot of men would tear it up. They see that but yeah, she's what it is. She was top heavy. Cause I mean, like even now, like look at her. Look at them little ass legs. Her legs are too small to have an ass that big. It looks stupid. Yeah, man, I went to Colombia this year. I've been to Colombia a few times. Her body's the real Silicon Valley. Yeah. What part of Colombia? Well, I went to Bogota a couple times, and I went to Cartagena. Cartagena reminds me a lot of New Orleans in a sense. It's just not as big, and our same architecture. You see the same shit. You don't see all those prostitutes. I mean, you got the prostitutes down in New Orleans, but it's different. And I mean, when I first saw her, I thought she was hot, but you keep chopping away at shit, man, you're gonna look stupid. So I don't want anyone. Well, I don't know. Repopulating Columbia, Kurt? Nope. That chick there, that's who you want. I want somebody realistic looking. That Cali life looks still style, maybe drugs or daddy issues. Her butt looks like it's full diaper. Colombia. Uncle Ruckus had whatever it is, never chopped his nose. We want them all natural, no artificial preservatives or flowers. Yeah, I don't like any of that shit. I think, that's what people should strive for, not all this drag queen looking shit they got going now. I just think it's ridiculous. Um, a lot of people like the trainee look, but I find it ugly. I listen. I don't like fake. I don't like fake anything. I don't like fake anything. I don't like fake. I don't like contacts. I don't like those fucking eyelashes that look like caterpillars on the eyelids. I don't like none of that shit. I don't. In fact, I'm allergic to certain what's call it mascara and shit like that. Because when I was 16, I was making out with chicks and I started to swell because the fucking the shit the makeup gets in your pores and they used to, I don't like any of that shit. I'd rather have flat than fake. Embrace what you got. It is your characteristic of you. That's what it is. It's just something you don't have. What you see, what you got. Maybe you're tall and don't have it. You know. So it is what it is. Oscar has a fetish for human whatever that is, ventriloquist dummies. Uh, yeah, Oscar. Yeah, Oscar's just he's just freaky like that. You know, I mean, like that was some that was some weird stuff he was doing. You know, but like I'll say this in defense of Oscar, I ain't never seen Oscar De La Hoya with a man. You know what I mean? I've always seen he got 5 kids. You know, so can't do the fake. Yeah, yeah. He's been talking shit. He's just like I think him and Canelo just need to fight. He probably relapsed. He probably got on that fucking whatever he was on. Everybody knows what the hell he was. You know, Oscar just tripping, man. Oscar just being Oscar. You know, all that money you got, you know, you just chilling, you're making memes and showing and shit. You know what I mean? Sitting around with the coke cock, you know. Probably coked out of his mind. Oscar loves women so much he dresses like them too. Damn, that's a lot of love. But understand the contrast. Yeah, Ryan is similar. Ryan's going down the same fucking. Ryan is. I swear, if somebody came out and said Oscar De La Hoya that was actually his illegitimate son, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, the only difference is Ryan Garcia is more modern. He's Oscar De La Hoya of today instead of 30 years ago. You know, they're doing the same shit, getting babies everywhere. Pretty boys getting babies. There you go. There you go. There you go. You know, toma. You know, but no. But yeah, Ryan is the all the tats and shit. You know, that's new age bullshit. People didn't get that like that. Now everybody wants to look like a fucking biker. You got tats all every fucking where, all in. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Chicks, I can't stand a lot of chicks with a bunch of tattoos. Maybe one. You know, but I don't. But here's the thing: the original person that has your own independent mind don't have any of that shit. That is his son. Skrilla 50. Would that make Oscar an undercover lesbian? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that shit's kind of weird. Like I be telling people like that, like the trans movement and stuff. It doesn't. Not all that has to do with being gay. It's like you're just thinking you're a gender, but you still like the opposite sex. They have shit like, remember Orange is the New Black? The dude that turned into a woman, he had a wife. Before he turned into a she, he had a wife. And the wife was like, please don't cut it off. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oscar teach all that bullshit. Well, you don't want to hang around Oscar too much. Ryan be popping dirty from something else, and it won't be a PED, it'll be a banned substance. That same shit that David Benavidez had, you know what I mean? Mateo, hola. But yeah, he's like a carbon copy of Oscar De La Hoya. Just a current day version, modern day version of Oscar De La Hoya. So, but yeah, Oscar, man. Oscar and his girlfriend is crazy. In Uruguay, la marihuana es legal. Oh, de veras. Aquí es ilegal, pero diferente de estados es ilegal. Legal, 50 la mitad, la mitad. Mm-hmm. All that is mental illness. Yeah, it is. Oscar with a phone. En serio, sí. Texas es ilegal, pero se puede, tenemos una tarjeta para comprar. Let's see. Acá tiras. La similar. El crece como si nada. You say, damn, you're Hispanic? These fucking guys amaze me. Kurt, what do you think about Turki Alalshikh? Is he getting to his head? I mean, he can weed him out. Didn't Eddie get caught with a transsexual? Well, I don't know, man. Things change. Things change. See, I don't want to make. Here's my thing. I don't want to make nobody feel bad, but I think people need to understand, like, all this new shit. See, Eddie Murphy, they called him with a transvestite. That's what we called him. Cross dresser, transvestite. You know what I mean? That's a transvestite. We knew what that is. That's a dude that's dressing up like a woman. We know what that is. You know, and the weird thing is when you say that, it's like, okay, well, muy bien español. Gracias, amigo. But estoy cubano. Yo tengo familia en Cuba. So it is what it is. Um, your Spanish is pretty good, bro. It's supposed to be. um, but no, um, Eddie got caught with a transvestite, and he made a public announcement. I seen somebody getting a book. All right. Que vola, que vola. Yeah, yeah. That's what they say. Que vola in Cuba and que lo que in DR. Uh, let's see. Skrilla. Good damn, didn't know that. What happened? No, he came and said, hey. I seen a young lady. I said, what you doing out here? It's cold. It's too late. And I had it in the car. I wanted to take her home. And all that shit. And I was like, you get 4 in the morning, Eddie? What is Eddie Murphy doing downtown? You know? Yeah. Que volar, city. City. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What happened? Yeah, I mean, he took slack from him. He got caught. He got caught one of them one of them people in the car. Hey, Kurt, counterpunch to you, CJ Esperon in the building. Que hoy es ahí. Man, shit. Marte. En la mañana. I've always had my suspicion about AJ. Great boxer, but I think he might be. I don't know. I remember. I'll tell you this. This was the funny. I was listening to Blue Blood Sports TV one day, and this was back in the Deontay Wilder / AJ wars with negotiations and 50 million versus 100 million, all that shit. And Blue was just like, this is Blue Blood Sports TV coming back to you with another one. I just think I never seen AJ with a woman. I ain't trying to say nothing. I just always see him with a bunch of dudes. That's all I'm trying to say, And I was like, yeah, I know what you're trying to say, dude. I said, Boseo amigo, sí, claro que sí. Facts, Yeah, he got a squad, and it's just like, I know he has a kid, though, so, so, I mean, I would, to me, honestly, I would feel a lot better if he did hook up with somebody, because he talked about, like, I'd get with somebody for, like, political reasons. What the fuck is that about? But I don't really think so. I think if he would have, you would have seen more of something. Somebody would have said something about AJ by then. You know what I mean? I know his team is a well-oiled machine and all, but how oiled is it? You know what I mean? Yo entreno está bien, lo entiendo con el alma, bro. Yeah. El boxeo es mi pasión, está bien. When you watch first boxing fight, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't even remember the first boxing fight I ever saw. I've been watching boxing so long. It's been a part of my family for so long. Bro, we watched boxing. I was young. I don't remember. 80s? Pasa que no tengo trabajo. Tú no tienes trabajo. Okay? En mi país, político, ladrón. Oh, okay. Damn. Qué pena. Why is AJ still living with his mother having all that money? Danny Dubois said that. And Danny Dubois got his own house, And AJ still lives with his mom. Yo lucho con mi familia. Okay, good. You're gonna fight for something, fight for that. Familia es muy importante. Tú necesitas luchar, es por tu familia. Duite. Maybe he just focuses in boxing solely. Maybe after he retires, he'll get steady relationship. Well, he did mention, like, I don't want to be like most of these guys and get a chick, and, then she breaks his heart, then he can't even focus. That makes sense. He did say that shit about that. I think really, I think what AJ does, he probably get them chicks to sign NDA waivers. So he just like, yeah, you come to my house for you, ding dong. Here you go. What's this? NDA, bitch. You're gonna sign it before you walk in my house. Living with your mother is normal in Latin America. Now, that's true. But is it normal in Britain? Hey, Kurt, there is a problem in your comment section. I want to agree. Okay. Or address. What is it? Triple D has learned his lesson about talking about people's mom. The last time happened to Joyce, he crushed his orbital bone. Yeah. Joyce beat him up. Hey, Kurt, what do you think about Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo? I think he's a good fighter. Very intelligent fighter, too. You know? Kurt, there are trolls stealing usernames and pretending to be me and St. Don. Oh, that's shitty. I mean, where are they? Who is who? No, I'm me. No, I'm me. I don't know. I don't know who, Whitey, I don't know I don't know how you would know if it's me or not. Or you or not. How do you prove that? I mean, if I knew who they were, you could. But if it's exactly the same, I don't know. Canelo o Balanga. Canelo, por supuesto. Balanga no tienes una expensia. Yeah. Él no tienes. Eres no inteligente como Canelo. Canelo luchar todos, todos campeones. It's me. Who's Wayne? 88. Can I email you your contact somehow? You sure can. Inbox me on Instagram. Because I'll know who it is. If Sloth Joyce jabs destroy Triple G, what the hell you think AJ's will do? The robot Triple D. Yep. Kurt hasn't Tyson Fury been awfully quiet. Thoughts? He's probably training. He's getting his shit together. You can't talk shit all the time, especially when you get your ass whooped. I respect like Tyson. He got drunk that one time. That was big. He was drinking before that. That wasn't nothing. Before he just got shit faced. A dude that big getting that shit faced. Yeah, he's a heavy drinker. But then in the next week he was punching on the punching bag and all that stuff. Joyce was a solid heavyweight. I can't believe he beat Parker and Dubois. Yeah, styles make fights. Did your mom want you to be a teacher, Kurt? I don't think so. Okay, gotcha. No. Tommy Pleasure. Kurt, are you Mexican, black? Are you mixed black and Mexican? No. No. I can't believe him beating Triple D, but Parker was surprising. Yeah, he beat the shit out of Parker. He beat the life out of Parker. He beat the fight out of Parker. Parker fought to the very end, and Joyce it's like a bigger dude beating up a smaller dude. And it looked bad because the smaller dude was trying. I mean, Joseph Parker was trying. It just wouldn't work. He would hit, look, he would like hit Joyce. Boop! Oh, bow! you know? I can believe beating Triple D, but Parker was surprising. Huh. Let's see. Jose Chavez. Who is Tank fighting next? I don't know who's Tank fighting, man. I don't know. It's a good question. You know, very good question. I can prove I'm the official one because I've been following you for a while under this username, and this guy stole my name recently. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man. We'll get to the bottom of it. Is Triple G fighting Crawford? Hell no. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. That's a rumor. That's not happening. I wouldn't want to see that. I think that's dumb. I really think that's dumb. Oh, yep. Okay. I'm about to run out of juice. Hey, Juice, want some juice? Juice is loose. Boom. All right. I think Triple G still has some more fights in him. I mean, I'm pretty sure any fighter has fight in him, but is he have enough fight in him to compete at a certain level? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that Julio Cesar Chavez can kick somebody's ass, but will he beat the fighter's ass that can beat him? Come on. Let's look at this realistically now. You know, let's stop the shit. Let's cut it out, okay? Tank has fought blown up horse jockeys. That's true. Rigo Range, liar. Tank has fought blown up. Isn't Triple G a trainer now? Exactly. That's what I've learned him to be. Of trainer, you know? I want to know what Paris feels about Tyson now. I think she's a solid chick. You know, I don't think she's a Taylor Swift. All them children. She ain't going nowhere. Nuh-uh. Not in a million years. You know? That's what you need. You want somebody solid that won't cheat on you and won't leave you. Because I would rather someone leave me than just cheat on me. You know what I mean? Like, just leave. Don't be around me and you're doing that, you know? Kurt, did you grow or did the house shrink? No, I just got taller. No, it's the angle, man. It's the angle. Um, I'm in a different room. I think that ceiling is actually um, taller in the other room. Me quiero en el vino. Obi-Wan. Fury, Mrs. Rock, solid. Yep. Shit, all them kids, cock solid. Come here, Paris. I'm ready for another baby. Let's see. Buen canal. Bueno Mateo. Ngannou versus Fury 2. Who you got? I don't know. I have no idea. That fight may happen. He may fight him, you know. I respect old school women who put up with our bullshit. Well, see, the thing is about women, though. See, these chicks nowadays, they want to get even. They want to show you that they can cheat just as good as you. And it's like, I don't think it works necessarily like that because you're getting you want to increase your body count because your man's cheating on you. How about this? How about just leave that man alone if you're sick of his shit and get with someone else? You don't have to cheat on somebody. I'll get you back. So now you're sitting there, you might got a guy that pulls an arm out on you. Oh my God. Then you go home and your cat's all farting. Like, what's wrong with you? Entrado hoy, brother. The second fight for Tyson Fury, I wonder, would his father be in the corner? Yeah, he gonna be there. Can Haney beat Garcia in the second time? The pads don't give you skills. I don't know, man. You know? I'm very disappointed in Ngannou for all those excuses. Yeah. But seriously, man, Yeah, you don't want anyone to cheat on you, It's like, here's my thing. If I'm a cheater, the last thing a cheater wants is a cheater. Now, people might think, oh, that's what you get. I think this is what should happen. Karma's a bitch. So let's say you cheated on a good girl and then you leave and she leaves you. Okay, that's fine. That's what she's supposed to do. Like, hey, I got morals, I got values, and I'm gone. I'm done. So she leaves you. Then you get with someone that's a whore and she's a liar. Then she cheats on you. That's the karma. Because you got someone just like you did someone else. But is it cool for a woman to be like, hell no, it ain't. Because the worst thing is, what should eat you up is, I know my girl ain't gonna cheat on me. That should make you feel bad because you know she'll never do what you did. And that's to actually teach you, hey, this is how, and this is what it means to be who I am and who I say I am versus who you said you were. And you said you were a stand-up guy, but you're nothing but a cheating whore. So guess what? You gotta live with that. Not, oh, I'm gonna go out there and do what you do. That's dumb. That's dumb as hell. You know? No, no. No tengo marihuana, no me gusta el marihuana no más. Tal vez 2, 3 años atrás, pero ahora no. That's exactly what happened to Deontay Wilder. Yeah, I mean, he left a woman. So suppose he left a woman that he was married to for a woman that has been known to be in certain circles. That's what I heard, or that's what was told to me about her. If Haney can block a punch that he knows about, then maybe. But nah, look how he punched that dude at that fair. He did the same shit. Who has the best heavyweight chin of all time? Chavallo or Foreman? I don't know, man. People got their bell rang pretty good. If Haney can block, okay, I got that. The guilt is an MF. Yeah, it's an MF. I mean, but see that I've been with all types. I've been with women that were good, that didn't cheat, that did leave my ass, versus women I wish I never met. You know what I mean? And they were nothing you thought they were. I remember I had a real bad breakup in like 2014. And she left me. She got married with another guy. Boom. She went on, moved on, got married, still married to this day. And I remember losing so much weight and the anxiety. I couldn't sleep because I was all tripping on it, you know what I mean? And like all missing her and all this shit. So then I guess I finally got my sleep back and I could finally rest and all this, right? And I I met this girl I thought was just everything. No, liar, cheat. She was sleeping with a baby daddy the whole time. And it was crazy. And the way I found out, not looking through her shit and all that dumb stuff. No, 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 no. A girl called me, and this is crazy. A girl called me from DR and was like, are you so and so's husband? And I didn't even respond. So she sent me this long message. It was like a fucking book worth. I'm like, Jesus, like pages of this shit, saying that this woman has been harassing me for the last 3 years. I date her child's father, and every time she comes to my country, she always disappears with him. I'm like, damn. you know? And she's always threatening me because, her brother's a cop in this country and all this crazy shit. And she showed me videos that my ex sent her to piss her off that I got your man. And she sent me all of that shit. It's crazy. This has to be what made you start your Pimp Chronicles cheating women. Pretty much, I mean, to the point where you're like, okay, well, look, man, you can't chase them, replace them. That's it. You know, yeah, that rebound. She was a rebound girl because I kind of needed her to get over the last one, but then it kind of made me sick because I'm like, I ain't got this motherfucker ain't nothing like the last one, you know. And I guess it's like, oh my God, she's nothing like I thought she was, you know. She was full of shit the whole time. Had a husband, a boyfriend, a baby daddy, and another boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, you're a whore. Damn, brother, I'm sorry that happened to you. Life is cruel. MF, I hope you're doing a lot better. Yeah, I'm doing better now. I mean, but it's something you just got to live with, basically, you know? Zhang versus Tua, who wins? Man, I think Tua would knock out Zhang. I think he has the punching power. And Zhang's there to hit. So I think Tua can get Zhang. Zhang's big, too. You know? Got to rebuild. Yep. That's it. You should have slammed your cheating ex-best friend, Kurt. Well, no. But the chick that sent me the info, she tried to get with me. I ain't get with her though. I'm like, I don't want. She was ugly. If she was hot, I would have. I'd have flew over there. Flew in, bang, flew right back out. You know. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff though, man. You know, life's funny like that sometimes. But yeah, man. And then you think of women back in there. That's why I like a lot of people. They come back because they start realizing like, damn, I really missed a good girl. Cheating and being whorish. I don't think Tua could get inside Zhang's reach. Yeah, I think he could because I just see him landing that left hook, man. That overhand right or that left uppercut, that right uppercut. Dude's calf muscles is bigger than Zhang's head. You know. So, yeah, man. So, I mean, it was a trip back then. And actually, that was actually 10 years ago. So, this time 10 years ago, I would just walk. I do just crazy shit, just walk. Walk for miles, like fucking Forrest Gump or something. And I think that's like when you're stressed like that and you're not eating, that weight falls right off of you. You're doing forced fasting in a sense, And that's not the good type of fasting because you need to eat. So I ate like 2 boiled eggs and some oatmeal like every day, like in the morning, because I had to force myself to eat. If I didn't eat, I wouldn't have an appetite. Zhang is known as Big Bang in the ring and at Chinese brothels. Chinese power. Brenton Wood, I'll catch you on the rebound. Catch you on the rebound. Yeah, I like that song, bro. That's a cool song, bro. I heard it from this movie called Mi Vida Loca. You remember that? Yeah. It was Mi Vida Loca. Yeah, Mi Vida Loca. Song movie in the early 90s, bro. Had Jacob Vargas and I think Cindy Lopez. Who else was in that movie? It wasn't a lot of known people at the time because even Jacob Vargas wasn't really known. He was known, but he wasn't. He was like a child actor, but then, he was in that movie. And he was banging them 2 chicks. That was a cool movie. I might want to look that up and watch it because I ain't saw it in a long time. Yeah, man. I remember that movie, Mi Vida Loca. And both of them chicks was hot. And they were best friends. He was slamming both of them. And he got both of them pregnant, right? Then he got killed. Crazy. That's a crazy movie there, man. Yeah. That brought back memories. But the soundtrack was dope. You had stuff like Funk Dubious and, things like old school music. But then here's the deal. You had the soundtrack, but then you had the score. So the score was different from the soundtrack. Like Carlitos Way. If you guys seen Carlitos Way had two soundtracks. You know, they had like a volume A and a volume B. You know, Ike would have KO'd Holyfield. Maybe. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Catch you on the rebound. Crazy stuff, man. It's just he was bigger than Holyfield. But Holyfield can bang, bro. If Holyfield can bang with Riddick Bowe, he can probably bang with anybody. Mm-hmm. Especially with a person that he could get on the inside sometimes. You know, he had some success with Riddick Bowe, right? So it is what it is. Billy from the broth. I don't know what that is. Brenton Wood, I'll catch you on the rebound. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I'm Benny Blanco from the Bronx. It's Benny Blanco. Yeah. Ika Barabucci is the biggest what if in heavyweight history. I don't know. He's just pissed over a lot of time. You can't get that back. Getting your heart broken is not a good feeling. Nope. That shit hurts. That's why I feel for Deontay and I feel for Andy Ruiz. And maybe Andy Ruiz's ass, he probably lost all that damn weight because he was stressing. I don't want to eat. This bitch is ruining me. You know? And that's a messed up feeling, man. And I've been through heartbreak, so I thought. And it's almost like, well, damn, is the older you get, the weaker you become? Because I don't remember even my oldest daughter's mom, when she left my ass cold turkey and just started doing whatever the hell she wanted to do. I didn't ever feel like that then. I could at least go to sleep. You know, I had some, I felt shitty about it, but I wouldn't like anxiety, just, couldn't sleep, bro. I just never been that way until 10 years ago. And that hit me like a ton of bricks, Maybe because of like something was coming to an end. Like people were dying. My mom died. My best friend died, which is my cousin. I had another cousin die. A lot of people passed away in 2013. Well, the girl that left me, she left me a year later. And I was with her 3 years. So in the midst of that relationship, I lost my mom. So it was things that I couldn't talk to other people about because we were experiencing together, like something that I could recall. Well, after she left, there was nobody I could call. Who the hell am I going to talk to? You might call and that cocksucker answers the phone and you're like, oh, okay. So it was, yeah. Yeah, it can take years off your life, man. I mean, but here's the thing. I lost so much weight. I had gout and all that bullshit. But after that, the silver lining of that was I lost about 40 pounds. So I was probably in the best shape physically of my life. The only thing I don't like of me losing weight, I get skinny in the legs first. It sucks. Why can you get skinny in the face, then the gut? You know what I mean? The legs start getting skinny. So I didn't like that. I don't like Wilder legs. Have you watched slap fighting? Shit's crazy. I love that shit. I love slap fighting. She's a Snickers bandit. So yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Kurt got flamingo legs. No, I don't. But if I start to lose a lot of weight, yeah, it will come off your legs first. Like, fuck, Ruiz is more hurt. She ran away with his lunch pail of Snickers. Damn, brother, that's some real pain. Hopefully it made you stronger. Well, it made me realistic to know that I'm not Superman or I'm not just heartless and shit like that, like people thought. Because, like, here's the thing. Some women you might not care anything about. They may not have the effect on you that others do. You're not going to feel the same way about any and everybody. And I think, that's what it's about. I think it's a particular of who does that to you and how you feel about them versus everybody that you're sleeping with or you're seeing or stuff like that. Because I was a motherfucker. I wasn't like, I'm like Oscar. I was no angel. I was no angel. There's no fucking angel. You know. So yeah. Yeah, so that was some deep stuff, man. It was crazy. We can't take relationships lightly as we mature. No, you can't. I think you get older. I don't think you got time for that type of shit, because you've pissed away a lot of time. Kurt, your mother will be proud. She could see her baby on film. Yeah, she did. She's seen a couple movies. She's seen a short film and she's seen a feature. And actually, when she's seen that, she was like, okay, my boy got it. He's actually doing his thing. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Hell, I thought he was just going to do, like, to be an extra. And it used to piss me off so bad when people, you see, oh, you're in the film industry? Yeah. Oh, man, you an extra? No, bitch. I'm not an extra. Extra scenery, you know, so, you know. So, yeah, man, it was crazy. Uh, my dad, I wasn't there. I wish I was. But they seen my feature. It was a film called Rook. Look it up, Rook. It was probably, it was 2010. No, it was 2011, early 2011. This was my second feature. So this was my second feature film, and there was a lot of bullshit going on in casting too. But I booked a character, Officer Wilson, right, and I play this cop that works for this small town or whatever, and they had it was in a theater, and my mom and my dad seen the Kurt does hub content overseas. I don't know what does that mean. HUB content overseas. I don't know what that means. But I started off the movie because I was in my car leaning and nodding. And when my mom seen it, man, she was just like, she jumped up, that's my boy. And everybody started laughing. I didn't see it. My dad told me about it. So yeah, it's like, oh man. But I tell you, she was proud. So yeah. I have no idea, bro. I couldn't tell you. You know, I couldn't tell you if it's overseas or not. You know, but yeah, man. So, but yeah, it'll get you. So I feel bad for Deontay. I hope he gets everything right. He got a lifetime achievement award, so he popped up for that. But as far as fighting, nobody said anything. Turkey Alalshikh has offered him an opportunity. I don't know if he takes it. So he hasn't done anything. Like the new girl on your intro. Who's the new girl? Who's that? Which one? You mean the one with the red shirt, the counterpunch boxing news shirt? And actually, that's nobody else. That's just a good friend of mine. Bullshit, Kurt. You slaying chicks overseas. I know because I did it before I was married. I don't know what you're talking about, bud. I have no idea what you're talking about, bud. Uh, New girl on the intro. That's actually she used to date one of my brothers. So that's like my brother's ex, you know. And she actually she modeled twice for me. So, a lot of people, oh, is that your chick you're slamming? No, it's not. Okay. Wilder, a sensitive guy, I don't think he's in a good place to fight. He might not be. Mom and dad raised a real one. How did you get in Black Panther? Well, Black Panther came around because I doubled Forrest Whitaker before. I doubled him in a television show, a remake of Roots. So they remade a Roots. They remade Roots, and I doubled Forrest Whitaker for the whole run. What was she doing? Was she dancing? Uh, your outro. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. That's one of my exes. Yeah, yeah. Very good body. Very good. Yeah. um, a remake of Roots is crazy. They remade that shit, and I'm like, oh god. So, um, no, I actually doubled him for the run of that show, and because I doubled him in, I think that was in Atlanta. No, that was in New Orleans, And then Black Panther came around. Well, I'm not the ideal Wakanda. I'm not a Wakanda looking cat. So I was like, well, shit, that's the end of that. But I found out that, Forrest Whitaker was casted. I'm like, shit, I doubled him. So I had to hustle it, and then it got to the right people. And then they called me. So I ended up doubling him again. All right. So that's the story with me and him. That's how I got on Black Panther. But it was only one and only the original with Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, um, and a few other stunt guys, right? That made that movie, a lot of stunt guys made that movie what it was. You know what I mean? So yeah. That was in we filmed in 2017. So yeah, good times. That was good times, bro. Some of the best times of my life working with those. You know what I mean? It's just I was just fortunate to be on the movie, especially with people that are not around no more. Chadwick Boseman's gone, bro. He died 4 years ago. So yeah. So I mean, like word of mouth goes far. Had fun doing it, made a lot of money doing it. Um, then right after that, I flew out to, well, I did, after that, I did SEALs Team, which was the pilot in New Orleans. So I left Black Panther, did SEALs Team, then started on a film called Knuckle. And then after Knuckle, um, I got called for Luke Cage and flew to New York to do that. So yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? He was sick that whole time. Nobody knew he was sick. He was stage 3 when they were doing Get On Up. Get On Up was in 2013, so it was crazy. Good to be a part of a movie making history. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can always sit back. If I live to get older, I can sit back and look and admire and, review and just be grateful, tell people about it if they give a shit to hear it. you know? So for all they know, they might have redone Black Panther by then. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are not original because they go with what works and what sells. That's why Batman never goes anywhere. That's why Superman, X-Men, Wolverine, Deadpool now. You know what I mean? Blade started this shit in Marvel. So yeah. hmm So it is what it is with that. You know, over 60 television and movie credits. So I mean, I've done something, right? Never knew you did Luke Cage. When I was Bushmaster knocked him out with a flip kick. Yeah, I remember Bushmaster was a badass dude. Yeah, he was a real badass dude. I was in season 2. Um, I worked on episode 7, 8, 10, and 11. Yeah. So 7, 8, 10, and 11. So episodes of that. So you'll see me in there. you know. But yeah, Luke Cage was cool. It was a cool show. Um, you know, but yeah, it was good stuff. I enjoyed it. It was a good experience working in New York too. The first Black Panther is a classic that will live on history even after you, Kurt. Yep, that's true. This is absolutely true. Out of those Netflix Marvel shows, that Punisher was my favorite. Yeah, Punisher was pretty cool. I like Punisher. Skrilla, Daredevil, and Punisher. Well, see, people are getting tired, and then the trolls have come out, and we've been on 2 hours and 49 minutes. So it's time to wrap it up. I got to get some sleep. You guys be good. Be blessed. Have a great day. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.